Welcome back to my channel. This is a reading for Cancer for July 2023. I'm just going to quickly mention, I did do a previous read here just a moment ago in regards to sort of where your things are at in terms of your love life and connections and that kind of thing, and I decided against doing that one because it didn't seem like you're in a great headspace. So I think that your focus primarily seems to be with this read, where your head is oriented is in around your finances and creating stability. And again, you're not all in the same timeline. Some of you, this is going to resonate further out. There is going to be some variability there. As I said, some of you will be going through the energy currently. But what I'm seeing here is not a lot of major arcana, other than I do see the moon and I do see the Hierophant. So it looks like there's a real strong structured approach that you're taking in the month of July. It's all about the money for you right now. Although further out, I do see that you are, well, currently, I guess the energy in July will be that you're starting to consider the things that you want to buy and really looking after yourself and starting to dream again here with the Magician energy. And you're even considering on some new projects or things that you want to do with the money. For some of you, this could be a new job, but it could also represent, as I say, some kind of new money-making path here that you're considering for others. So, but overall, I do see that the cards are they're all really positive. And as I say, there's just a couple with the moon as well as the Four of Cups. It looks like there's just a degree of disappointment or malaise or depression, something like that, or a little bit of a low ebb that you might be sort of, you know, kind of going through in terms of how you're going to be moving forward here. I still feel like it is very positive overall about the direction of the cards. But as I say, I mean, I'll kind of bounce around a little bit in terms of what I'm seeing. But for the most part, everything looks fairly strongly, a strong path forward anyway. You do seem to have a lot of energy that is more oriented around, this is what I've got to get done, this is what I need to do next. It's that kind of energy. So again, very organized, very practical, very solid steps, very solid thinking, really doing your research. It's that kind of energy that I see here. I feel like you are drawing on some resources here. You're making things happen. You are considering some ideas further out about how to go about advancing your finances. But right now I feel like you're in a little bit of a place of disappointment in July, about how you're going forward, because maybe it's just not quite at that space yet in July, but it definitely feels like you feel more on top of your finances and how things will be going forward anyway. But regardless, when we get to the starting off, I'm going to bounce around a little bit here. King of Pentacles is all about being very grounded, and it does indicate that there could be a leader, or you have the qualities of a leader. That is your mindset in how you're going forward here. So I feel like you've got some really solid foundations to move ahead, and to advance yourself. And this is where you're actually really focusing more on, there might be a little bit of, like I said, more self-care and kind of living your life in a way that you feel is more prosperous for you. You know, whatever your energy was before that, somehow this is giving you a level of fulfillment. So you feel a lot more, like there's a lot more gained in this period in the month of July. So that Empress card certainly feels like you're back on track. You're willing to kind of put some time and energy into you, that kind of thing. It could be that there's someone else here with a new start in terms of a love situation, but to me, it doesn't really feel strongly in that direction, especially because I did a previous read that kind of went sort of against that sort of scenario. But also Ace of Pentacles to me is a real neutral card of not a big love energy, not cups. It's, you know, more of a token in a certain direction, you know, where things are. And again, even with the Four of Cups, feeling maybe a little bit, you know, lackluster toward the end of the month about, you know, what the future sort of holds. But either way, you do have kind of a future mentality. You know, you're looking at the future here, and certainly a cycle is getting close to wrapping up with the Wheel of Fortune, and there is abundance that's kind of up ahead here with that, and it's very grounded abundance. So again, it does focus on certain levels of expansion, you know, as well. But again, the Two of Wands does indicate that there is maybe sort of a broader sense of, you know, not feeling quite happy with your scenario, but And that might, advance further out because the energy is still quite really focused, very strong energy around, um, how you're planning, how you're making plans, basically. This is really the center of the journey. This is the place where you are, all about getting things done. The Hierophant is that card of getting things done, as is the King of Pentacles. So you're finding a way through here, and you're doing it in a very methodical, systems-oriented way. So if there's hierarchies in place, you want to move up the ladder here. It's that kind of thing where you're trying to be wise in what comes in and what's coming, what's available to you in this energy. Like, you're not just jumping in, you're not just trying something new. It's more of, I want to know where this heads. I want to know what is possible if I stay in this field. Like, you're really in that place of, I'm not just going to waste my time and energy. I'm really going to get something done here. So again, when we get over to, again, this is well, okay, we'll touch on the Magician, because that is the clarifier here as well for the King of Pentacles and the Empress. But the Magician is really where you are working with all the elements. You're working with everything around you. You're making good use of time, energy, money, and you do have a lot of natural talents here. So this is, I feel your natural talent is that you are, whether you're actually able to express it or not right now, I do feel like you actually have the ability to be quite, to be a leader in some respect here, because this is, again, it's natural talent with the Magician as the clarifier to the King of Pentacles. So, and it's, of course, the Magician does have, all the tools to really build on an existing talent. So it's not that the talent is already, fleshed out, but it is that the talent is already there. It's like a latent talent that now needs to be expressed. You have to start, developing it in some particular way. So, and of course, from the looks of what I see here, you are really focusing on that goal. You really are starting to believe in yourself more, and you're really channeling your energy and your expression. And again, it's not really creative expression, but you are expressing yourself in some way and really giving back to yourself here with the Empress. This is that energy of I'm bringing more to the table, in terms of what I feel I'm owed. I feel like I am deserving of more. I feel like I am this emperor, I am this emperor, and this is the direction I want my life to go, and that is the only thing I'm going to accept. That's really kind of that energy there. Like I said, the Empress is still that energy of really wanting to do something better for yourself here, and maybe you're indulging a little bit, not in an overly indulgent way, but I feel like you're really taking the time to think of you for a change. And just, it's little pleasures that are coming through here. And again, it's small pleasures with that Ace of Pentacles, but it's a step in the right direction, where you're actually starting to feel a sense of luxury or success in some way. And so that is giving you that feeling of, how do I put that? That feeling that you are more connected with yourself. You're feeling a lot deeper. Things are starting to unfold for you, and it's making you feel overall quite content in some way. So there is some good energy there, like I said, in July. So there's also greater plan, of course, at hand. But when we get to the Moon energy, like I said, this is not where everything is revealed. There's some energy here where things are just starting to show a little bit of promise. So you may not have a clear idea of the path ahead, because that Seven of Pentacles energy tells me that's really where things are. You're not really quite sure of that path yet, but you are in a space of contemplating things right now in July. Again, I feel like there could be a certain level of anxiety or confusion, maybe even a little bit more about, I've got a lot of options here. I'm already thinking of my options. Not that I'm confused, I have no options. It's more I have options that I'm considering here, but, I feel a little bit unsure of the path, like which, how am I going to make this happen kind of thing. So you're kind of dealing with your vulnerabilities, dealing with some of those fears that are coming in here. This is where you're sort of having to tap into sort of your own lessons as well, and some of that profound wisdom that you would have learned along the way here, because that is going to help you to clear the path and, break through some of those cluttered thoughts that start to cloud up your I'm trying to think of a better way of saying this. Like when you cloud up your time and energy, you're not really giving your best self. You can't find the best, you're great. You're not working in the zone. You're not working from a place where you have, the potential is there, but you're not giving your best energy to the potential. So therefore the potential kind of wanes in the background. So it's like something doesn't get the full you and able to, if you're stuck in that place of, well, I'm not really sure, I'm not, that's what I'm saying is like, you're at the mountain, sort of the bottom of the mountain here. You're considering all the ways to sort of move up the mountain, but a little bit of the momentum is gone here because you're sort of it's still positive momentum. I shouldn't say that you're really held back in any way, but it's just, you want to be in line with the most with the right mindset, the right, all the checks on the list, right? The right mindset, the right support systems, the right self-talk, all those things to kind of line up so you've got a lot more momentum to really get there. Queen of Pentacles is definitely mother figure sort of energy here as well. Could be somebody here as well that's incoming, or it could be two people we're talking about, could be two strong female figures here, but it's certainly drawing on a certain level of success, stability, financial gain, that kind of thing. But certainly the queen is two queens here. To me, it just looks like this is more than one person here. So this is certainly a very grounded, earthy energy, and this is something where I feel like it's a practical, down-to-earth approach that you're taking. And I feel like there is, something that you're tapping into to be able to, your self-care, as I said, with the Empress over here, but the Queen of Pentacles is also about self-care. So this is really about, really feeling abundant, really feeling, I'd say creative, but it's more about grounded energy. So really feeling that there's true prosperity ahead. Queen of Wands, like I said, that's still in the energy of taking action in a particular area of your life, and it does seem to be around your financial stability, all of that, but it's also feeling very confident. A lot of levels of confidence and drawing things. This is more, to me, the Kings are already in that place of, I feel really confident about this path. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles is that energy of, I really am being resourceful with what I'm doing. I'm very goal-oriented, and I really am trying to be a lot more social in July. I feel a lot more charming. I feel a lot more interested in, socializing. But it's almost like, because it's followed by the Four of Cups, there's something that's holding you back from really enjoying things to its fullest. So I feel like you have a new level of ambition, but it's like maybe there's not enough, not something quite, a person maybe, I don't know, around you that is there to kind of cheer you on in the way that you would like, or someone to really take notice of how you're starting to really build this up. But it's really a time for you to be grateful for the things that you do have and that you are accomplishing, because this is just a mindful pause as well. It's really about you feeling a little bit discouraged about how you're going to go forward, seeing, you're a little dissatisfied with maybe what is up ahead, when you start to consider everything at its fullest extent, but now you're, it might be just slowing down to kind of regain a certain level of balance again, but it's almost like you feel like you're lacking something, and that's making you feel like you're not quite enough to move into this place of the Two of Wands. But again, like the Two of Wands, most things, nobody really, I mean, on the average, I think everyone feels never good enough for the realm they're in, never good enough for, you might feel like you have some attributes and something to bring to the table and some level of confidence in proficiency in something. But it still speaks to, for all of us, there's always a level of insecurity in a certain area. Nobody knows it all. Nobody has all the information. So that's where the growth has to take place. We're always in that place of, do I stay? Do I go? That kind of thing is what I'm seeing here. You're in a place of trying to plan your future, and you're kind of living a bit of a duality. You want to go forward, you want to end a cycle, you want to be able to move ahead, but you feel a little bit stuck or tied up or something like that, where you're just not quite in that energy of, you've got plans and you're very strategic, and you just feel like, something stopping you from moving up into this this new level. So again, I mean, there is something here with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant, again, it is for sure a structured approach in the way that you're moving forward. It is certainly, again, for some of you, it's going to speak to being with an organization or a corporation or something governmental that you're having to deal with for others. But it is making a strong impact on a level of closure for you, where you actually are starting to see that you've got a commitment to this path, and it is a very long path. It's a path that's going to expand, and it's a path that's really going to, bring you a tremendous level of luck in how how things will unfold. So, like I said, I mean, this is a really good time for you in the month of July. I mean, currently this is still the energy of, I'm really committed to the goal. I'm putting, a lot of time and energy and effort into something, but I've still got a couple of areas here where I just don't feel like I'm enough. Emotionally, I'm lacking in something here, but I still feel like, and again, maybe you are kind of dealing with, some level of disappointment around the direction that you want to head. But again, you are going to expand this. There is a certain level of luck, as I said, that's coming in here, and that's really going to take you a long way, because we do have the Ten of Pentacles here, and of course that's all about family and commitments, and you are committed to this energy. You're committed to the steps that you have to take. You're committed to the journey. You do have a lot of connection to these people, this process, this journey. Like I said, I feel like you're just very closely connected, because we do have, even with the Page of Wands energy, you're still moving in the direction of things that will make you happy and stable. You're not willing to compromise any of that. So this is definitely legacy or money that you want, that is going to take you into legacy money here. And so a certain level of comforts are up ahead here, but money is also energy. And this is where you're stepping into that flow with a bit of luck behind it. So, I just feel like you're going to have a lot of fulfillment up ahead here. And again, there's still so much around family and commitment. Page of Wands is still that energy here as well, where you do have a lot of, exciting ideas. There's enthusiasm, there's optimism in this direction that you're going. And I feel like you are, you're overcoming this self-doubt. You're overcoming this, toward the very end, or maybe even a little bit further out, because this is really the clarifier. I feel like this is where you sort of get your bounce back. This is where things seem a little bit more playful, and you feel like there's, something that is your own here. This is where you've got the ability to really create your beautiful life. This is where you're actually kind of leveraging talents and assets and really making things work for you. The other part here too, like I said, when we look back to the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles, that is still perseverance, patience, and hard work. So you are being told just to have that patience, just continue to step back and reflect on your progress, because that is what the Moon and the Seven of Pentacles combination is talking about. Because that level of fear and anxiety that you're experiencing, because you are having to wait, is the right combination to encourage you to tap into your intuition, and really get the answers that you need so that you can, it's like sometimes when you think about something before you dream and all of a sudden you wake up with the answer, it's that kind of energy that I see. But again, it is going to take some time for that success to really pay off, but trust the journey, have faith in yourself. You are making the necessary adjustments and resources are being wisely used in all of that here. So I just wanted to say too, let's get into, maybe I'll go over a little bit, maybe the Hierophant with that Wheel of Fortune again. Like I said, I mean, it is still really positive energy, and again, it's further out, but I feel like you really are navigating life's challenges as they come up here. I don't see any blockages. I don't see anything really standing in your way. I think you're really making, operating from higher knowledge for sure. Strong level of commitment, and definitely could be, I don't want to say it's necessarily mentors and tutors and that kind of thing, but there is wisdom that's coming through from, people that you are attached to as well in this month. I do see that you are aligned with, traditional values, all of that. I feel like you're getting a deeper understanding of the world and how things operate. Everything is connected, together. Everything is in constant motion. And for the wheel of success also has, also alters a whole bunch of other things around you as you move forward. So I feel like it's just a reminder of realizing that the power that's behind those choices, really for you, is meaningful choices. You're not just making decisions, you're really trying to call to action and take control of your destiny, this kind of energy here. But again, emphasis is on structure and tradition for sure. I do feel like, again, you're getting some kind of wisdom. I wouldn't say necessarily teachers and that kind of thing, but you're getting some ideas or something that's coming through from other parties involved around you. Could be two strong female figures or that you're dealing with as well, but it definitely speaks to recognizing, that you have to be centered in your beliefs here. You are acting in a very structured way, because you're trying to stay centered around your beliefs, and that is your power. Despite those ups and downs, that is where it keeps bringing you back. What do I desire? What is important to me? That is why you will leave a mark on the world here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles, because that combination tells me that you have a lot going for you in some very strongly rooted areas of your life. I guess we could go a little further into this. When we do the Queen of Pentacles, I should have pulled some advice cards for you too, but maybe I'll do that here in a little bit. But Queen of Pentacles as well as the Queen of Wands. Like I said, I mean, the Wands for sure is that energy of being, could be Leo that's coming through here as well. Sagittarius kind of energy, but anyway, with the two queens here, like I said, whatever steps that you're moving forward with, I feel like there is a certain level of, again, the grounded approach, mature energy from both of these cards, willing to take a little bit of risk, but not enough that it's going to rock your boat. And I definitely feel that, you're still very confident and practical in this month. There is a real balance between your inner self and your outer world. So I feel like the money somehow is reflecting that combination of things for you. So it's helping you to almost come to grips or come to terms with things, to sort of center out your mindset. That's kind of what I would say there. It's almost like it's become the thing that helps you to clear up the sadness or the emptiness that you're feeling in some way. Feeling that you have some kind of, monetary gain is allowing you to feel like you have some level up here. It's creating stability in your mind as well. So when we get, again, I'll just kind of touch on some of the other cards here too. When I discussed the moon there, like I said, I mean, it's a little bit of the light coming through, but it doesn't give you the full, you know, spectrum of what's happening here, but it does indicate that you are very speculative at this time. You're really reflecting on the things, but you're getting a little snippet of some of the, you know, things that you are exploring. You're getting a little bit of an idea of, you know, what's next. So I would still say that the moon is, it's still a place where you are kind of working through some of the subconscious areas. And again, that is sort of the bigger energy alongside staying structured, keeping things simple. But the money seems to be how you're facing your fears in order to kind of determine what is going to work in your life. It is the thing that is going to help you to move through these phases. And again, like, I don't see the moon around anything that's negative. It's very grounded energy. So I don't feel like this is anything that is going to be uprooting you in any severe way. Let's see what else I can go through there. Maybe we'll just touch a little bit more on that King of Pentacles, like I said, because he's a pretty big player. Definitely somebody who's pretty confident, and it certainly feels like you are in that space where you're going to be feeling like you are able to move where you want, like do the things you want to do without second guessing yourself, that kind of thing. Like I said, I mean, the King of Pentacles, he's really somebody who's quite certain of his direction. So you are in a space of, you know, your outlook improving, because that Page of Wands also speaks to, you know, finances improving, even though it is more of a clarifier. Could be also considering changing some things up as far as your, like I said, your diet and those kinds of things. I feel like you want to put things more in line with what you expect of yourself. You want things to be more like where you're getting more recognition for something. Not recognition as in glory. Recognition is, you know, as in respect, I guess is really what I'm trying to say there. It's more an energy of respect. Also yeah, I think that's probably the most of what I would say there for these cards. Like I said, a lot of mature energy. It certainly feels like you're much more confident coming through in terms of your finances. But overall, like I said, I feel like there's more, just not a lot of big sweeping energy here, but you're certainly taking some measured steps to advance yourself in a very, like I said, practical way. It definitely speaks to, you could even be dealing with somebody who is in a position of authority that is helping you to set those achievable goals, but that is that energy of setting goals, and it is practical energy. It's responsible energy. You're getting closer to the things that you want, and I feel like you're kind of taking yourself out and whining and dining you for a change and doing something that you really enjoy to do in the month. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it at that, but definitely looks like some very positive cards coming through for you in the month of July. Stay the course. You are definitely going in the right direction. And like I said, even just to finish it up there again with that Two of Wands, you're in that space where you're about to walk through a doorway that I think you maybe felt, and even though you're still feeling like it's not really there, the door isn't appearing in the way that you wanted it to be, I still feel like it's, you know, you feeling a lot more confident. Well, not in this moment. You're not feeling a lot more confident in a decision that you're moving in the right direction, but there is sort of an element of, you know, working partnerships with a lot of this energy here. So, you know, even with that, there's that cooperative energy in collaborating and sharing is helping you to make your dreams a reality. So there is a certain level of success, but again, the victory might be not quite what you expect at this time, but the wheels of luck are turning. So just know that, you know, something is coming through here, but just a little further out still. You're still waiting for the results with that energy, with the Seven of Pentacles. Still waiting on the results of something. But again, you're turning an idea into a workable plan. It just doesn't feel like it's on your timeline. You're expecting more when it's not quite ready for, you know, things to be empowering you. But just know that, just be open to those growth and the possibilities, because they're here. Like I said, you really have some strong ideas of where you're headed, very strong belief systems about what you want in your life and how you want people to regard you. And that is you just looking at all the things that make the difference in this world. You know what I mean? Like, you're looking at all those things that are steady, nothing unsteady in this month. Anyway, okay, so I'll just keep it at that for you, Cancer. Keep moving forward. Always remember who you are and never give up.